But potentially at this time and everything and how it's going, a lot of them that have came to the lighter side of being, and not all of them are bad. They are sick and tired of the misappropriation and the confusion, and men would be a pretty much what destroyer of themselves. Um, as the term goes, men would pretty much be a destroyer of themselves. So try not to be the destroyer of yourself. Be the healer of yourself. Um, Uplifting yourself as well as others. It's a lot easier said than done at times, because then when you start to understand and the illusions start to fall away and you start to see what actually is really happening, it can be a trying thing for your patience, for your mind, to sit up there and absorb a lot of what's going on. But it's just like, even us as readers, as earth angels, we get wiped to certain memories when we come back to earth, because in our actual state of sleeping is our awakening life. And then we wake up in this dream. This is the actual dream. This is the Maya. This is the illusion. This is, why the Mayans said that the calendar ended in 2012. Um, and that was the end of the lies and the illusions and the deceptions of the Decepticons, the oligarchy. Look up what the oligarchy is. It's just pretty much the pyramid scheme of what I explained to be, between the difference of 50 cents to $5, and the illusion of thinking you're better than somebody when you're only uplifting somebody that's entrapping you, mentally and spiritually, physically and emotionally, and pretty much chimeraing off of your energy, because they are only a copycat. Roger that, copycat. In the words Nicki Minaj, Dharma here and now. Look up what Dharma means. PhD, play a HDP. Yeah, they gonna hate and they gonna play, as long as you let them hate and play in your energy, and you don't stand up for yourself, and you choose to keep turning a blind eye and not helping others. When you see something is wrong, you just feel it. Like, your feelings mean a lot. You ever had a feeling like, or you were ever delayed? Like, I was delayed before. I was delayed before. Hell no. His eyes. I was delayed before. And I missed plenty of car wrecks. Even years ago, before I actually became awoken to, you know, being an earth angel and being a psychic and all of these things. And there was times where I was, working, and I was doing delivery, and I would miss a major car wreck. I miss multiple major car wrecks, even now and today. I'll get delayed, you be frustrated, you be mad or irritated, but it happens for a reason. Just like what's going on with me and my children, and me and my divine partner, me and my soulmate, and things are just happening as they should be for the reason that the divine has worked out. you know Even sometimes I don't understand what's going on, because it's not meant for me to understand right now, because of everything that is going on, and it's coming to its whole complete conclusion, and just, you know what I'm saying? Things that are happening. Scandal. Oh, shit. Protected to do the work. Yeah, you will always be protected because if you're not dead yet, you're always protected. Just do the work, meaning get into studies. The way I started off was going with my feelings. um what did I feel was meant for me, and I went with that. What did I feel that was meant for me, and that's what I went with, and that's what ultimately led me to knowing who I am today and who I'm meant to be and what I'm meant to do here, regardless of what anybody else say or do or feel about it, because it's truth, it's God, it is just what it is. It's not, it's undisputable by God. It just is unfuckable with. Know when to hold them and know when to fold them. No shame, but no shame. Know when to hold them, but no shame. There's times where you gotta lie. There's times when you gonna have to do what you gotta do just to get to where you gotta go in peace. And that's just what it is, because there's going to be plenty of plenty of beings using things to try to keep you from your path, from doing the right thing, from questioning yourself. Trust me, they find ways, unfortunately, and they do it in wanting to predict your life and how your life is supposed to go, which is also why the rules of Ma'at is the first law of God. They made a secondhand law off of the original law of God. These court systems, these other systems saying, oh, well, this person needs to live like this and whatever, whatnot, when, other things are going on in the background of a foster home that is totally immoral, as opposed to what that parent was actually doing in protecting and the well-being of their child. Actually having a healthy lifestyle, actually, living in the way that God wants them to live, as opposed to what society, with that 50 cents to $5, society deems as better than. So, like I said, this is all happening for all of these systems to be broken down, to fade away, because they have ultimately abused their power and of authority. And while the crazy people that pretend to be sane or high functioning, supposedly in these type situations, and actually covering up actual mental illness and dysfunctions in what's truly really going on. And I felt that. I felt that. Um, Psychokinesis, telekinesis. Like I said, being able not only to being at one place. Well, that's being in two places at one time. Because if you're in one place and you're able to move things, that's telekinesis. So in so many ways, we all have telekinesis, right? Knowing how our child is feeling and being a world apart. Uh, Knowing when things are going to happen, how events are going to happen in this world, knowing how to read in between the lines of fake newscasters or fake tarot readers or fake spiritualists. It's also a form of telekinesis. Karmic ice. I wouldn't be surprised right now if I seen child trafficking come out, because also the adoption process is also child trafficking. That is acidic to God. He looks at that as a benign entity, a malevolent entity. Anyone that would take nature versus nurture, That's the way these programs are set up. You have to look it up in psychology. Nature versus nurture. My psychologist teacher taught me this. Confirmation. My psychology teacher had me read through the different, what do they call those? Fudge. I almost want to say hypothesis, people of different, learning different ways of life. Um, it's an actual freaking class you can take in this crap too. Um, dang. Um, it was almost there. But these, it's like, um, I want to keep on saying hypothesis. Hypothesis, not hypothesis. It's philosopher. There we go. Philosophy. These different philosophers and how they came up with their logical meaning of ways of thinking and using psychology as a means, a way to enslave people. Just like they took slaves and they used their own witchcraft away from them and put them in different books and made them go through different various studies. Spiritual justice, you want you won't know if you don't try, right? You won't know if you don't try. Um, went through these different ways of studying and living and how they took this is exactly how they took it because we taught it to them. So they flipped it, and this is how black people actually came enslaved by white people. And we actually made them, and how Egypt and Eden is actually all the continents put together. We all one. And you Pindi, quite literally, because if you push all the continents together, it, Egypt is not just in America. Egypt is not just in Africa. Egypt is the whole continents put together. How did they get separated? At one point, they were all together. So they spiritually made this thing happen. Metaphysically, they sent out vibrations in order to separate. Divide and conquer has always been their thing. It wasn't from the original people, which divide and conquer was not a thing. When it became such a thing, it became ascetic to our own detriment in backstabbing and betraying and selling our own out. That's how that became an ascetic. One thinking they're better than the other because of a different skin tone and having the same empowerment as somebody else. But then again, you have to have the own understanding of the thing as a whole. We're getting there. You should get there yourself. But after you start asking all these questions, you'll be able to understand how things were broken up. You got to learn how to read in between the lines, just like a Bible. Not all the books in the Bible are there. The book of Thoth, the book of Enoch, the book of all these other ones that were taken out of, that were scrolls that were taken out of the original Bible. The book of the dead, these different type of things, to know what demons and devils and angels actually exist and is concurrent to the situation now. They never not existed, nor were they ever myth. Crying tears of joy, justice for real. Let joy and light radiate from me. you won't know if you don't try. So in psychology, they do all of this. Different studies. They did all these different stories, but just came from a watered down witchcraft from what was original, which was the druids that were called druids. So they call themselves separating and being better than the originals that gave them this knowledge and wisdom. So that's where druids came in, and then they made Catholic, and then they made Christianity. Then they made all these other watered down. They're all watered down because you can trace it back to voodoo, back to Egypt, back to the original ways of actually living and being. And like I'm gonna say again, spiritual court, Jupiter. Yeah, that's God. The spiritual court. Somebody getting that ass taxed in the spiritual court. In Encanto. In Encanto, the movie. That is a child movie that you can watch also with your children to help them decipher as to how they're feeling, what they've gone through, from what they're going through. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, same God, different timeline. Ah! Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this. That is a pharaoh. It's just like women. Women ran the world. Shit. Who won the world? Women did. Shit. We do. Ain't no did. We did then and we do now. And we need to stop tearing down each other and start building each other up. Stop. That's all I'm gonna say. Osiris. Nanotechnology. Exactly. What's in those shots now is even worse than what they had in the shots before. What China is doing now? Duh! 5 months ago, now they're doing chimeras, human, animal, totem pole. Oh, animals came out. Now they're doing human chimeras in nanotechnology, just like they were coming out. I started exposing 3 years ago on my Facebook that my baby daddy is trying to expose me on, but he's doing nothing but exposing the truth and how he's going to look like an utter and complete fool. Or I hope he's not my baby daddy, which is Marty Jenkins. Nanotechnology. The technology, they don't want me to say this, which is why they built up the 5G tower, which is why they're trying to give out the COVID-19 shots, which is why they're doing all the crap that they're doing, because they want to control you guys like robots. And you wonder why you you lose a thought, you get angry, you get frustrated, you get irritated. All these lower level rooted vibrational energies because you haven't healed, nor are you doing the healthy healing in order to get this crap, this nanotechnology out of your body. You have to get that out of your body, which is why I pressed. This is why I pressed people. Don't do that to my children. You're going to reap a karma that God is going to put a hurting on that ass. But anyways, nanotechnology. This is why they built up the 5G tower. This is why people are dying from cancer. This is why, people are having bouts of anger and rage and things like this. Extreme sadness, depression, anxiety, and you have let enter your system these demonic entities. And my nose is itchy. Demonic entities. Nanotechnology. Ramses II. In vogue. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow. I love all different kind of colors. I just don't understand the bull fudgery that's gone and had happened and whatnot. I don't understand. I just seen Sargon of Akkad. So if you can also go look back at the AD, BC, uh, AA, these things before Christ, things make a lot of sense. Look at revolutions. We are going through revolutions right now. They don't teach about revolutions in the church. A lot of Spirit says yes. A lot of preachers don't teach about revolutions in the church. They rather you not know the truth that we are actually at the end of times, because look at all the crap that they are doing. The nanotechnology, the technology, they're tracking us by phones, they're tracking us by these cameras, all these camera systems that they're putting up. Yeah, I heard they've already been doing face recognitions. I was told to stop stealing years ago, right? I ain't know why. But, needless to say, it's not something that you should be doing when you're trying to come into your divinity, into your higher self, right? Because you're also building up karma. So I stopped. But needless to say, what they were starting then, they were bringing from what they were doing in China to America. Not to say that they've already been doing this, but it was going to be on a more extreme level. And also, then they started to kick off this COVID-19 shit. So they were doing the camera face recognition. And so I haven't stole shit since then. And this is the reason why. And this is all the shit that they're doing. Just for facts. My guardians are telling me just don't do it no more, because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I said, okay, stop doing it. Cup running over. Your cup runneth over with the enlightenment you will absorb from this channel, from my heart to yours, for you to get from your root chakra to your heart chakra, to get on the fifth dimensional high vibrational of love is the ultimate goal. They cannot survive, they cannot thrive in the vibration of love. This is why they try to keep you in fear, anger, and anxiety watching the news. I do not watch the news unless spirit brings up into my attention to something to come across my way. Yep. I already said this. 2,500 plus years ago, 384 to 322 BC, before Christ existed. Who the hell is Christ? Christ is the guy they made, the white guy that was never God. That's why it's before Christ existed. This is before Christianity, I said before Christianity. Before Christ existed is when Christianity and Catholic and the Druids and all that shit started popping up. Look it up. Just found all the ways of questioning God. Yep. Just found all the ways of questioning God, the one in and of all things. Cup running it over. For real. Never ending story. They're going to always try this for as long as you let them do this to you and others. So, say if you have somebody that just is like, whatever, I don't want to deal with it. Okay, then you go do what you got to do, and you keep doing that, and be the proof of the pudding in the actual facts of the story of what's going on, because that's only going to prove God's true existence and how He wants us to actually live our lives. Black magic was done on your behalf. Never ending story. Well, on whose behalf? On somebody's behalf of not wanting me to expose the truth. I know that for sure. Full of spit. Yep, somebody that was full of spit. An emotionalist. Emotionless. Cancer. Hiding under the bed. 17 to Lord have mercy. 17, 20 years old, Brazil. Like I said, child trafficking. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Walk by faith and not by sight. Jurassic World. For real. Y'all need to go watch Jurassic World. You're going to have to learn how to walk by faith and not by sight, because the demons in bodies, Aries. No sex. Zone. No sex. Zone. They know better. They know better. Hungry like the dark wolf. So this is dark energy. Clairvoyant child sister. Soul need this. The soul that needs the surgery. Right. This is why they making my nose itch. It's the soul that needs the surgery. And if we do not heal our souls, we cannot heal one another. You cannot offer, you can offer your wisdom, but is it really wisdom with knowledge? Is it the ebb and flow? Is it of a higher source? Is it for selfish gain? And what is it for? Totem animal. Like I said, totem animal came out. The chimera. And they've already been making chimeras. Zebra donkeys, zebra horses. But what always remain prominent also is the melanated version. The alkaline version, just like a lion's milk is alkaline, as opposed to a cow's milk is acidic, causes mucus in the system, causes cancer, causes all kind of lung diseases, intestinal diseases, digestive problems, which is why people have lactose problems. You won't have lactose problems if you go coconut milk. Don't try to go milk a lion, though. I used to think it was funny. I posted it. I thought it was funny because this food, they stupid. They had a YouTube, no, not a YouTube. It was a Facebook meme. It says, "You can't milk almond. Almonds don't have tits or nipples or something like that." And I busted up laughing. But that, even though that may be true, but guess what? You can press an almond and make almond milk. And that's going to be way more healthier for you than any cow milk. Because just as soon as me and my kids stop drinking cow milk, the less we got sick. This incense killed me. Let me drink some water. They ain't trying to, they don't want me to say it. They want me to shut up. boy. So that's why they are making plant-based things more of an option, but also in an acidic way. They can also tamper with that shit too. So what's best to do is just go get some land, go farm your own crops, because they also put chemicals in the crops. Go natural base everything, just like they say free range chicken, free range vegetables and fruits. You want free range vegetables and fruit. That's what you want. Buy your own processor so you can process what herbs and what things you're going to add into those, and you know what I mean? Just do it by yourself. Fully, whole, completely, and all by yourself, because that is just where it's at. Cows and peacock domestic colts. So these are what used to be, and what still are, it's just a rarity, but it's becoming more aware of knowing how to and where, when, and what, how to now, right? These are things that are being more exposed as to the reason why we need to live this lifestyle from what's been hidden from us by the veil, what we call the veil. Um, Now the veil is thinning, and now we are learning how to and being more able to express on different platforms. Blank rooms. This is a blank room card. So we're being able to now build up from what has been taken, what has been torn down from us. We're being able now to make and use our own free will with the knowledge and the wisdom that we will gain from actual truths from what we have been taught to be acidic, to now being more an alkaline life. Why am I holding them like that? Now the breeze has changed and it's tearing my ass up. Tower. I am the tower. Tower. I am the tower. Didn't I tell you long ago on the road in my soul journey, I got what you're looking for. Sand. The Sands of Time. That is a good movie. The Prince of Persia.